I don't think that, maybe it's the weather, but I'm kind of like ready for the holidays.
What?
Like, it's the weather. Like, I haven't seen the sun. Like, I haven't got the vibe yet.
You're ready for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, like I'm in like Thanksgiving. Look how I'm dressed. I'm like in hoodie season.
I have a coat on.
Yeah, like I think it's the weather. You know, I never used to believe when people used to be like, seasonal depression. I thought that was like a white person thing.
Yeah, me
but
too.
it's not. It rains every day, and you're like, what the hell?
No, I'm listening to like my sad girl fall like playlist, like some like moody shit.
Is
like,
Natalie and Bruglia on there?
Yeah, there might be a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not that white,
No?
but yeah.
You gotta go. If you're gonna go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Bro, like I'm listening to Torn.
It is. We need some hot weather, but there's a heat wave coming. There's a heat wave.
This weekend's about to be
100 degrees starting Monday.
It's gonna be horny outside.
Yeah.
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 Do you think that's real? Do you think that's just something that's fun to say? Like, you think people are extra hornier when it's hotter?
I back in my day, I am old enough to say that, but it was a testament that once the heat went up, the heat went up. If you understand what I'm saying.
I have a
'Cause the skin
man's
is out.
visiting me. That's why I'm saying it's gonna be a fun
A what?
weekend. I have a man's visiting.
A man's
Visiting.
like a guy?
Yeah.
Why do you have an S on it?
I don't know.
Have you ever like whose man's is this? Like
Yeah, I've heard that saying, but I never heard it in the sense of like I have a
man's
man's
is like
coming.
man's is like he's yours, but it's not that serious.
Oh,
You guys have to stop appropriating our language.
I know, is that
you,
the
you
remix?
can't just keep taking black lingo and turning it
and
and making it
flipping it.
yours. Yeah.
Whoa.
This might be a Carmenism.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I've never
okay.
heard this. Like, I have a man's coming.
visiting.
I heard, like, obviously, whose man's is this? Oh, is this your man's?
So it's kind of right there.
I guess it's kind of there.
Wow.
Can you say from where?
Last weekend, I was on the North Fork of Long Island wine tasting, and we went out in like downtown Greenport, which is like one of the further out towns. And obviously, we'd been drinking all day, and we like just wanted a nightcap at the dive bar. And I met this dude. He's South African, and
Here we go.
Is it Elon Musk?
he's white. Relax. Here we go.
Trevor
But
Noah?
Noah.
Trevor Noah.
Oh, but he works on a yacht for like one of these BlackRock guys. And so
Really?
I was like obviously so intrigued when we started talking. I was like, that's an insane way to make money.
So you got him a train ticket into the city?
He's paying his own way.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do?
I think food, drink. I'll probably go take him out with my friends. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully it's good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do the beach with my friends on like do Rockaway. But here's my thing is I'm like, he wants to come for the weekend. I'm like, you can come Friday and we'll see how it goes.
We're playing
and we'll
by
see if you get a
ear.
ticket to Saturday.
But did you say that or did you thought that?
Because you gotta
I'm
be,
thinking that.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, you didn't say that.
No. But I'm like, I'm not going to let my whole weekend be ruined by a visitor. I don't know that well.
That's a tricky situation because
Wow.
I've been in this situation, but
Okay.
there's no nice way of putting it. Like I've met some guys who like they'll just tell women straight up like, look, you come Friday and if I enjoy the sex, you can stay Saturday. If not, you on the first thing smoking back to the island. But I just be like, come for the weekend.
This is a 24-hour contract?
I think, well, I know I'm going to enjoy that part, but because we already hooked up, but it's more so like, I don't feel the need to entertain you. Or like, he's not from here. So I'm like, I'm not doing tourist in New York City on one of the only hot sunny Saturdays. Like I have to really like you to bring you along for plans.
Okay, I got it. You got to hit him with the, hey, I may be called in to work on Saturday. I may have to podcast Saturday.
I work in entertainment.
I don't know though.
It's essential work.
Yeah,
what we do.
yeah.
They're gonna let me know if we're recording Saturday, but if we are, they're gonna be recording
That's
all
a
day
great
because they're
out.
going on vacation.
That's
Wait,
a great out.
and then I'll be like, who are you recording with? And I'll send him y'all's profile.
Yeah, and then
That's a
he'll
great
watch
out.
and he'll be like,
Yeah.
he told you to lie to me, and I watched the episode.
Wait, this comes out 3 weeks later. So.
Yeah, it comes out. You guys will be done by
It
then.
doesn't, I won't know him by then. Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, no, yeah, you have
Fantastic.
to hit them with the I might have to go somewhere, and then if it's great, then you don't go nowhere.
Oh,
Because sometimes
they
you think,
canceled.
yeah, sometimes you think it's gonna be annoying, and then you go and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, we'll see how it goes.
Be careful though, because I know some people who the summer fling turned into
Marriage
bar
with kids.
mitzvahs. Yeah.
Well, I know his ass is going back to Cape Town
Oh,
in
thank God.
October.
Okay,
So
okay.
That's the nice thing about immigration. Like when you get deported after you hook up with somebody,
Yeah.
like they send them back home, and you're like, oh, this is kind of nice because
Okay.
they can't stay.
How long are visas? 2 months? How long is it?
I think he's here on the summer, right?
Summer fees?
Yeah, I guess. And
Okay.
I don't know if there's some sort of visa for like, I'm working for a super rich dude, so we're in international waters. Like he like brought the boat up from the Bahamas. I was like,
He did?
sounds like a sick job.
He's a sailor?
Yeah, he's the engineer of the boat.
Oh,
so I was
wow.
like, no, he was more attractive by the minute. He went up and introduced himself to my friends, like asked great questions. I was like, wow.
What are some of the questions?
Are they on WhatsApp? Are you WhatsApping?
Yeah, I'm WhatsApping him because it costs some money to iMessage. Yeah.
Yeah, international. You got to WhatsApp.
Brand deal. Just asking me about my career, asking me about the friends who I was with, and like like actual questions about like how we know each other. Like I told him I was with two of my best friends from high school in the city, and he's like, how do you think your relationships changed since you all have lived in New York, or is it the same since you were in high school? I'm like, you're asking me this at a bar the first night I've met you? Like whatever. He was just, I was impressed
How tall
with
is
him.
he?
He's probably 6'1", if I had to guess.
Tall guy.
6'2".
And he has access to the boat. Did you go on the boat?
We were gonna go back to the boat, but the captain had come back. So I guess sometimes the captain sleeps in town at like the guy's house. So when the captain's in town, he can do whatever he wants. The captain slept on the boat.
It's like a yacht?
Yeah, it's a yacht.
Nice.
There's 18 people who work on the yacht. I'm like, I got
18
it's a mega
people
yacht
crew.
Well, this is also why I want to host him, because I'm like, then the favor shall be returned, hopefully.
You're thinking long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an investment. That's a summertime
definitely,
investment.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do they do though?
Strategy.
Do they take the boat out? Like what happens?
Yeah, he like will take it up to Nantucket for the weekend. I guess his boss has a house there, or he has a house in the Bahamas, and then a house somewhere else, some other Caribbean island. So it's like kind of wherever he wants to go, but they'll go down to North Carolina for the weekend. He's going through a divorce, obviously, and has hoes on the boat. So they'll just do a cruise for the day.
Hoes love boats.
I mean, I've said this before.
Boats. Oh man.
Nothing brings women out like a boat. I just don't. I don't understand. I asked one of the boat girls. I'm like, how do you guys just end up on boat? Like, how do you know people? Like, I don't know many people with boats. She was just like, she literally was like, I just get a text message. She was like, they'll just text message like, hey, do you want to come on a boat? And and I'll be like, do you ask whose boat is it? And she was like, no, I just go.
And it really doesn't matter whose boat it is.
Well, it matters a little bit, right? What if it's like Trump Jr.'s boat?
Right.
I'll still go on it.
I feel like, especially all women, of course, but like the aesthetically more pleasing, or like have a track record of being aesthetically more pleasing, they live a different life, you know? They get invited to these boats, yachts, super yachts, as Carmen's mentioning. She's gonna be invited to the yacht. We're gonna manifest that for later.
Manifest it.
Yeah, manifest it later for the summer. But it's just like, you know, I had a friend who told me about these kind of situations where, and it's not even anything crazy, no Diddy going on, but like, they'll have a friend who says, hey, I'm getting invited to a yacht party. Would you like to come? That doesn't happen in my everyday life.
No one has ever wanted me anywhere.
Never, right? Ever.
I've never been.
No one has ever wanted me anywhere.
Or it's to work.
Everywhere I've been has been by mistake.
Or to work.
And they have to like,
explain.
He's here now, so what do we do?
Boat,
he's cool.
He swam up to the boat, and we gotta save him, so I guess
he can't breathe.
Yeah.
He's gotta come on.
I've never been cold invite. Well, actually, I was invited on a boat one time when I was in Chicago. With my
Midwest boat.
My boy. Well, on the lake, it's nice and
so gorgeous.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Yeah.
And my boy from Zany's, his dad owns a boat, so we all went on a boat. That was a lot of fun. I had missed my flight, and then they were like, I was pissed, and they were like, "You want to just come on a boat?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we just spent the whole day on a boat. That was nice.
Lake Michigan is one of the things that Chicago has that like LA and New York can't say shit about that. Like, it is the most gorgeous body of water. Like, and in the summer, I'm like, of course they can only use it like 9 weeks out of the year, but it's lit. Yeah.
No, for sure. I went on a boat in the Dominican Republic too. My friend, her dad owned a boat, and we went out. Boats are nice, man.
They're nice.
It's nice when you out there, you just drinking, and we pulled up to like this, like it was like a private beach, and we would just like stop like on the shore kind of. And then just drinking, playing music. There was other boats. It was good.
It's one of those things that make you like really want to learn how to swim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you not know how to swim?
I know how to survive.
Okay, but you're not loving it.
But here's the story that I'm leading up to is I went to Greece a couple of years ago, and we took a boat tour. We took one of them private boat tours around the islands, and it was like one of those things where I'm jumping in the water. There's no way I'm flying halfway across the world and I'm not jumping in the water.
You gotta get in the water, yeah.
Whatever happens. You know, my mom's on speed dial, but I'm still here, right? Because I know how to survive. But it was just like one of those things because I was on the boat. We drinking. They caught the fish out and grilled it. I seen them catch the fish.
I mean, is there anything better than that?
So what am I gonna do? Not go in the water? I went in the water.
Of course you're gonna risk drowning.
Yeah.
I recently just decided, like, I was, you know, I don't want to trigger anybody in here, but I was manifesting a little bit of like, just what would I want if I was wealthy. And like, I've never imagined like, oh, I would have a house here. Like, I'm sure like that's my goal, but I'm like, I think I do want a boat. Like, I would rather have that than a nice car.
A boat is just so much maintenance.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
expensive.
problem. And you can only use it for a certain amount of time, and like everything, it gets old. I remember when I went on a boat in Lake Michigan, it was actually Black Day, like on the lake. So it was like black, like it was like everybody on the boats was black and partying. And then I went on a boat.
Juneteenth?
No, that's racist.
Was it
What?
HBCU festival?
It was just Black Day,
Okay.
like Black
Okay.
Power Day.
Okay.
But then I was on a boat with all white people,
Oh.
and then we would drive by all the blacks, and they were like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" And I was like, "No, it's not
Oh.
me. I got invited. I didn't know.
Were they concerned?
I
Like,
didn't know
hey,
it was
we
Black
gotta
Day."
come
Well, they were
save
kind of like, "What are
What's
you
your
doing?
deal?
Yeah,
Okay.
like what's up with you?"
All right.
And I was like, "Nah, it's not. You know, they invited me. I didn't know it was Black Day. I
You
wouldn't
should
have
have
came."
swam over to another boat.
I thought
Seriously.
about doing that because they were like, they were like twerking and like,
Come on down.
yeah, and playing, like Ja Rule and
Okay.
stuff. So I wanted to go.
Ja Rule on a boat in the summertime is
It's nice.
Is great.
now
very
you
nice.
have me wanting to do Chicago into a boat day for my birthday.
Oh man, they do it. I mean, in Chicago in the summer, it's like every day.
It's so easy.
Every day
yeah.
is boat day. Don't like Sunday, crazy. Like it's just full of boats.
I gotta go to Chicago.
Yeah, in the summer.
I have
Only
to.
in the summer.
Yeah, only in the summer.
But yeah, what do you guys think of this?
Talk to us.
I gotta tiptoe around this.
Talk to me.
to not offend anybody. So I'm in a situation. I got into a situation where, let's just say, one of my boys, who I'm really cool with, like he's my boy, he's my guy.
Does he come to the manifest meeting in December or January, like the family one, or he's not there yet?
No, he's cool. We're cool.
Okay.
All right. It would be like if you, all right, let's say it was you. Let's say, just so we don't muddy the waters.
Okay.
Let's just say it was you.
Yeah.
I want your opinion on what you would do. And I'm gonna give you a hypothetical.
If I'm you or if I'm your boy?
I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. I'm not gonna say who's what.
Okay.
And I'm just give you a hypothetical.
All right.
And I'm gonna ask you what you would do. All right.
I'm in the hot seat.
All right. Let's say, like, you my boy, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got your girl.
Yep.
You got your girl who I know, we're cool. We've hung out. Everyone is cool. Like, that's your lady. Everyone know that. Yeah, maybe I have a kid. Maybe you don't. Who knows? Right? And you introduce me to your other boy, right? And your other boy's cool. But I'm showing this love off you.
Off the strength.
Off the strength of you, yeah. Like, I don't know him like that.
Yeah.
But you connected us and you was like, this is my boy. So
vouched.
so I'm acting like, okay, well, if he vouched for you, then you vouched for.
Now-
I don't need to ask anymore.
Here's my question. I gotta ask.
Don't all right.
No, I don't want to ruin it, but like, is my vouching worth a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Right.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
like your vouching is good enough
It's
for
good
me.
enough for you to
for
be
what
like-
this is.
To show.
Yeah, for
Okay.
what this is.
Okay. Yes.
Especially because you was like, yo,
That's
this is my man's like
That's
fuck
my
with him.
boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, and he was cool too.
Yes.
He was cool too when we
Okay.
connected.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, everyone cool. Like, I'm cool with you.
Uh-huh.
I'm cool with him. Everyone cool. We had made, me and the other dude, we had made plans to link up on some business comedy stuff, like aside. It was all good.
Yeah.
And then you hit me up telling me that you just found out that your boy was fucking with your girl.
What?
And I still got the business thing with this guy that, I'm only doing it off the strength of you. Woo! So now you telling me, like, pull back with this guy
off the business.
Yeah, because this, which I'm cool with, because I don't know him. I was only doing it off
the
friendship.
strength.
Yeah. What do you do there?
And as you,
Yeah.
wow. this is a scenario.
That's a big one.
If I've ever heard one.
How far down the road is this business thing? Like what? Like
It wasn't nothing that it was set in stone. I had just agreed to assist on things. I agreed, like, yo, however I can help, let me know.
And am I saying, hey, you shouldn't mess with this dude no more?
You're being diplomatic about it.
I'm being diplomatic.
You're
I'm
being
not saying yes or no.
No, you're being like, hey, like I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is what happened.
This is the type of person.
He's this type of person. Yeah.
Even in that just shows you how stand up of a character I am.
The way I handle it, the type of friend I am, because I told him, I was like, nah, I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you.
And that shows your character.
Yeah, it's too close. It's
too muddy.
Like,
it's too muddy.
Yeah, I didn't even know you. I knew you.
I think you're making that's the ultimate right decision.
Yeah.
Like,
and he's like, yo, nah, it's like, oh, nah, it ain't, it's more complicated than that. I'm like, I don't care how complicated it is.
The fact that it's complicated,
yeah,
period.
I'm out.
right.
I'm out.
I think you're right. I mean, this is why they say don't mix business with pleasure, right? I think like you are well within your right to
exit stage left?
I was gonna say give an individual like any advice that you might have, but in terms of investing your time, which is your most valuable asset, you don't owe this guy anything. What has he given you?
Nothing. I was just going off the strength of him.
Yeah.
I think that's what you say is like, hey, I wish you nothing but the best in your career. If you ever need help or connections with anything, don't hesitate. Like, not don't hesitate, but feel free to reach out. But like on right now.
And to be fair, the dude was cool, but you can't smash my man's girl,
no.
and then I'm gonna sit here like we're cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though I got nothing to do with it, but still,
absolutely.
But I
not.
also think in those situations, guys like that or women like that, whoever is cheating and getting away with it, like the worst thing you can do is void them of consequences.
I mean,
like consequences are what change, or at least makes people understand the gravity of the situation.
Outside of any of that, it's the fact that it's messy.
Yeah.
That in and of itself is okay. Like, that's messy. I'm only messing with you because of the relationship that I have with my direct connection. And now it's just like, no, like anything that seems a little bit too complicated is automatically
right. If it wasn't messy, if it was like maybe just a disagreement or something that wasn't so personal, then I could. But I'm the kind of person like if you my man's like if we tight, like, and you don't fuck with somebody, I can't fuck with them either. Like that don't mean we gonna be fighting or beefing. But what I look like you don't fuck with somebody and then I fuck with them.
I think you're totally right.
And then the shit that they did was like something real. Because if it's not something real, I might try to mediate. Yeah, I might try to be like, yo, like let's squash this.
It's a different perspective.
But if it's something personal,
no.
I think and it's also like, if this guy is like, whatever, I don't know if you've already communicated with him or whatever, but it's like,
I just stopped answering.
Yeah.
I think not answering is a good vibe and he'll pick it up. But if he ever does confront you in person or like you ever have to run into him, all you have to say is like your friend's name and be like,
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like that's it. Like it's like nothing between you two. You don't know him.
Yeah.
I had a situation similar to that.
Did you?
Yeah. In the sense of we were younger, but basically, long story short, one of my homeboys, one of my former teammates, let another teammate stay in his crib.
Oh, you mentioned this.
I mentioned this, right? In his crib while he was trying to figure life out. He had graduated. The other dude was still in school. So, like he had the apartment and everything like that. But he was living with his girl. The other guy ended up smashing my friend's girl while he was living in the house. And it was just like, bro, who raised you? Where do you even come from?
That's insane.
That's insane.
I'm letting you stay in my crib.
That's low down. That's like that's low down. That's
rent free. He wasn't even subletting.
No. Rent free. Like I'm looking.
I would kill him. I would kill him.
Yeah, that's slow down. Not even over the girl.
That's crazy.
I'm not this guy. Like I think I've said this before. I'm not the guy that becomes besties with my boy's girl.
No.
Like I don't understand these guys that like become bestie. Like we become cool, obviously, because sometimes we all hang out
and going out friends, dinner party friends.
But it's always in the context of my boy though.
And I probably have a date with me.
You gotta treat them like the cool transit police. Like you don't trust them all the way, but they didn't give you a ticket. Yeah. Like they looked out, so it's like, oh, you're a cool transit person, but like that's the buffer. You know what I'm saying? You're not crossing that threshold.
Like, for example, like last year, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, your lady had hit me up on the side to plan your birthday.
Yeah.
Like she was doing a surprise birthday party.
That's
and
sweet.
yeah, and we were talking about like that on the side. Every conversation I feel like has to be in context of your boy. Like it can't be nothing like,
and even
how
then
was
you
your
feel
day?
gross.
Yeah. I remember one time I was at when I used to work at the airport, one of my boys at the airport, and they're married now and got a kid and everything. So shout out to them. But I was going to DR, like to see my family, and he was going to DR. Like we ran into each other at the airport because he was going to DR with like a crew, whatever. So at the airport, he was like, "Yo, Ian, what's good?" I was like, "Nah, what's up? Let's take a photo." So we all took a photo, like at the airport, like chilling, and he posted it on his story and tagged me. So his girlfriend started following me, and I saw that it was his girlfriend, because they had pictures together. So and I followed back. Couple weeks later, like we went to DR, came back. Like he was like, couple weeks later, he wasn't mad or anything, but he was like, "Yo, like you following my girl and shit." And I was like, "Bro, I did that for you. Like you was going to DR on your boy shit, and I knew that she was only following me to keep track of you." And I knew that we wasn't going to be doing the same thing. So when she saw my stories, she's going to be looking for you, and she wasn't going to see the type of action that you was on. So I just followed it back. So it was nothing, like I was playing chess.
You played chess.
And then he was like, "Oh, nah, yeah.
What is it, rook to L7?
Right. Right. Because I'm posting from
Wholesome.
church. Yeah. I'm posting from church.
And he's
Right. Praise be.
And you on the beach doing your thing.
Crazy.
And she asking you, why you not posting?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't have my phone.
I'm at church.
Right, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Right.
So sometimes it be strategic things like that.
Thank you
but
so
other
much.
than that, I don't play. I
don't play
those
around.
games.
No,
Yeah.
you definitely don't play around.
Well, can I ask you, okay, on the topic of, I guess we'll call this episode, is it infidelity or is it just weird? Like,
that's a great show. That's a great concept.
right?
Yeah.
Did I cheat or am I just weird?
Yeah, did I cheat or am I trying to make a friend?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I've been friends with this couple since I moved to the city. Like we went to college together, and both individually tight with both of them. I know what the boyfriend is. I nominally have clocked that the boyfriend's attracted to me. Nothing disrespectful. Nothing ever weird or disrespectful. He's just always complimenting me on my outfits. I catch him
No.
On Instagram or in life?
He like it's everything on Instagram, but that's not unique to me.
DMing you?
No.
DMing you complimenting your outfit?
No, in person.
Oh,
IRL.
Okay.
And when she's in the room, like it's all
It's platonic.
above board, and I'm like, yeah, I can tell he's nominally attracted, but there's been nothing
this
seedy.
ain't good. This ain't good. It's not good.
Why are you even leading in like that?
It's not good. It's not. It's a recipe for disaster. I'm old enough to know when to get out. You got to know when to cut them. It's not good. It's only going to get worse.
It already happened. Just
You're only
wait.
going to look better.
Hold on. Wait, she's unpacking.
All
Okay,
this
I'm
to
sorry.
say, he hit me up on like a random Tuesday. This is
I can't even listen
It's
to
always a
this.
Tuesday.
I can't even.
It's always a
that's
Tuesday.
That's a sex day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That's not. There's
It
no
is.
plans on
No,
Tuesday.
there's nothing.
That's a
What-
sex day.
It
What,
is.
tacos?
You're poor. But
Tacos leads to panties off. Anyway.
he hit me up on Tuesday and was like, "Hey, I just got out of a client meeting in your neighborhood. I'm meeting his girlfriend for dinner in a couple hours. Do you want to meet up for a happy hour drink?" No problem. Again, nothing shifty going on. We're friends. I'm like, totally. Like I was done with work for the day. We meet up.
Uh-oh.
The vibes were just suspect. I showed up with like I have tinted moisturizer on right now, no makeup. Like I showed up like this, like not.
What if he's like Drake? That's when you're the prettiest.
I guess.
Yeah.
But we can all agree here. I'm not serving my best today.
For sure, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I look like I got electrocuted. I was marinating chicken before this.
100%.
Anyway, what
What if he likes
beyond
the
the shadow of a doubt, you
The
do not
thing
look
is,
good.
But men love. What if he loves the marinated chicken look?
But this is why I didn't even know where the story was going,
But
and I tried to cut it off before it got to where it's going now. This is how in tune I am with stuff. Like I knew it was gonna go to this, but go ahead.
But all that to say, the vibes were weird when we got drinks. Like he was just, he's ordering us a bottle of wine. I thought we were both gonna do like a martini and like I was gonna go on with my night. It's a bottle of wine, then it's another bottle of wine.
You went on a date with your friend's husband.
That's how I walked out feeling. And the girlfriend, I saw the girlfriend like a week later at like a girls' night, like a girls of the group night. And she asked me and she's like, X name, her boyfriend's name, told me you guys got drinks. Like, how was it? What'd you guys get into? Like it was almost like she was pressing me more than normal, where I'm like, if this was me and another girl, you wouldn't care at all.
No, you messed up on this.
But how did I mess up? Because I
wasn't prepared.
This is a good adulthood.
This is why she's coming to us.
This is a good adulthood topic.
Fantastic. You're doing great.
Wait, let me get some context
Just live
first.
your life.
Let's context it up.
Can we call him Harry?
Let's context it up.
Yeah.
Let's call him Harry.
Let's call him Harry.
You guys all went to college together?
Yes.
Who'd you know first?
I met him at the same time.
And
can we call her June?
And you've been
Harry
to 3
June.
amigos?
It's not like I'm super tight with the couple, but I'm in a larger friend group of some couples, some single people, but like they're definitely one of the couples who we've been on vacations together. Yeah, they're in the mix.
Okay, well this is tricky. It's not as black and white as I thought it might be, because you are cool with all of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I assume they're in their late 20s.
Yeah, they're my age.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't go for drinks with your friend's husband and you're a single girl. Like,
but I
know your intentions were pure.
Yeah, genuinely, I'm just like, are we really at this point where now that a ring's on a finger,
we're at this point.
Wow.
We're at this point. It is what it is. Why do people try to bring problems into their life? You don't even want to have a drink with them.
You didn't want.
I said you don't even want to have a drink with them.
No, I was like happy to do. Like I was honestly happy when he hit me up in the way of I'm like, yeah, like I'm
happy when he hit you up when you know he's been flirting with you since y'all met.
He's not flirting with me though.
He's complimenting your looks.
But he's just like a goofy dude. Like it's not what.
Everything's an angle.
The goofy dude. Yeah, I know the goofy dude.
You can't trust the goofy dude.
Harvey Weinstein was a goofy dude.
Goofy as hell.
Yeah, Diddy was goofy.
Oh my God, you guys are making me feel bad about
Big
it.
goofball.
Okay.
No, we're not trying to make you feel bad about it. I am. But we're trying to make you... We're trying to raise your awareness.
I'm just shocked.
Trust your intuition.
I'm shocked.
I hate when women do this. You're not shocked.
What
You're
about
not
women's
shocked.
intuition?
He's been complimented. You knew this was coming. He's been complimented. You knew it was weird before. How are you shocked now?
But I never clocked it as weird until this drinks was weird. So I was just like, he's just being nice.
Haven't you mentioned this couple before?
No, it was another one. It was another one.
Everybody's man wants you?
Basically.
No, we've talking about 2 men.
That's a lot.
Not everybody's man.
That's a lot.
But
what are you playing? What were you wearing?
Right.
Did you switch your perfume?
What?
Did you switch your perfume?
I wear men's perfume, like men's cologne.
Are you giving hot girl energy?
Why?
What?
Why?
Because I like the smell of it better.
That's crazy.
What do the girlfriends or the wives like? Are they like, because you're super male friendly. Are they annoying?
They're more feminine. I would say they're more feminine than I am, but I went to an all-girls high school. So I would say everybody has like their own social superpowers. I'm girls' room and boys' room at the same time. Like I have like a lot of female friends, always have.
So you got the vibe that the wife felt a little uneasy about it.
I just didn't like the way she was coming at it, and the way that I was like, now I feel like I'm walking around with a scarlet A on my chest when I just agreed to meet a friend for a drink in between his plans with you, and I was having a night of my own. Like,
do you think they pulled her into something that she wasn't even like aware of? Like, there might be some friction in the relationship.
To me, I'm like, yeah, I can't be the only one.
What was the what did you guys talk about?
Yeah,
like on the date.
Me and the man,
yeah.
Not the date, at the drinks.
Yeah,
yes,
at the friendly drinks.
Yeah.
Just everything, like our families, our friends, life.
Like did he bring up issues with his wife?
Yeah.
No, nothing negative about her. No.
Okay.
Nothing.
Did he ask you about your dating life?
Yeah.
And what was his general disposition towards it?
I think a lot of my guy friends who are in relationships, because I'm like single and I'm really like, again, I had like this glow up. I'm like in a very different phase where I'm like, yeah, I'm dating and hooking up with a lot of people, as is my right, and there doesn't need to be an opinion on it. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm allowed to do that. I work really hard. I'm social. And I think they just...
You're empowered.
They're
That's
jealous.
What they call that.
I don't know if they're jealous. I think they just don't know what to say because I'm
Because what they think
more
is rude.
out. What?
What they think is probably rude.
What?
Like they probably like, oh, you're in your like
Hoe era.
You don't
Whatever.
want to tell somebody that to their face.
Yeah, but he's just quietly clocking. Nothing crazy.
So what now?
I saw them 2 weekends ago.
We had a threesome.
No. And it was just a bad look because he had showed up to our group drinks before she was coming from a workout class. And we were just having like Saturday beers. And I was sitting next to him at the table.
Oh my God.
And this wasn't on purpose. It just was who showed up when.
She's sitting on his lap when the
No, and what he and I were like having a big laugh about something at our friends.
You laughing?
It was a
my
disaster.
God, she made out with the woman.
No, it was a disaster. It was
She's
a disaster.
laughing. No,
and now I'm like, I'm being painted in a
nothing in the year of the Adulthood
we were
podcast.
geeking. We were. I know.
She's laughing, bro.
I know.
You lucky they're not black.
Does she have a sense of humor? The friend, the other, like, is her sense of humor
She's
strong?
not as funny as him.
Oh,
I
my
know.
gosh, bro.
I know. But now I'm like, how am I walking around like the town tramp?
I think
when I've done nothing.
You can't be laughing at other people's man's jokes.
No, laughter is probably almost like parallel to cheating.
I think laughing a lot, like laughing out loud at another man, at your friend's man's joke, is like kissing them.
But an inside joke.
Yeah, that's like making out. Like
What?
you're like making out in public.
Yeah, literally.
I can't. I
She
should have
coulda
known not
stabbed
to
you.
bring this to y'all.
She could have stabbed you.
Yeah, I think you should have brought this to us a lot earlier. You
10
wouldn't have
weeks
been in
ago.
this, you wouldn't have been in this
We would have
situation.
avoided the whole thing.
Yeah. We got to get a group chat going so you ask before
Seriously.
you go on dates with your friend's
With your
husband.
I'm
friend's
not
husband.
going. Oh my God.
It's all right.
She
We're here
walked
for you.
in and you laughing out loud. You
Oh,
cackling.
I felt like I got caught with my clothes off. I was
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
I
That's-
look crazy right now, but I'm
that's
just
what
being
happened.
normal.
And not on a random funny moment, on an inside joke from drinks the other day.
Did she hit you up with like, what's funny?
No, I could just tell. It was like when she initially interrogated me, I was like, this is weird, but like, whatever. I was like wine drunk at that girl's night. Like, I didn't really think a thing. When she showed up and saw us laughing, I could tell she wasn't happy. And I
Nope.
was like, I'm confused, like a dead ass. Like, what?
I'm gonna say something. No woman wants other women to laugh at their man. Because women know what laughing means to them, right? And what it does to their vagina.
Totally.
So
That's
they don't
fair.
want their man doing that to some
somebody
stranger's
else.
vagina.
Yes.
So when you around other girls, and if you a funny guy, they gotta do their best not to laugh.
But especially if he like, does he have the funny in control already?
He's a goofball. Like,
No,
people-
there's a difference between being a goofball and like knowing that you're funny.
Yeah,
If that
there's a
makes,
difference.
am I making sense here?
It's worst case scenario in that he and I were like honestly having a good time.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
You slept with your friend's husband That's
without
right.
even taking off
Yeah.
your clothes.
All right, enough of this.
That's
Whatever.
what happened.
Whatever.
She's in her feelings.
This
She's
is
crying.
insane.
She's crying right now. You know
Okay.
that. It's all right.
Oh my God.
It's all right. We've all been there. Now you know.
Okay. Next summer question. Are either of you guys big sweaters?
No.
Yes,
both-
I'm the biggest.
You're not a huge sweater. You're wearing a jacket right now. It's the
That's
middle
because I
of
took an
June.
Uber here.
Thank you.
If I would have took the train, drenched.
How do you
I'm not a huge sweater. I'm pretty
How
cool.
do you obviously with it getting hotter out, people are sweating more in interpersonal interactions.
They
Yeah.
stink.
How have you ever had to broach this with someone you're hooking up with, a significant other, a friend, a coworker? And if so, how? Because I'm in one of those situations right now.
That they sweat a lot, or that they
With
they-
Popeye the Sailor Man?
Sweat a lot, no.
But does
Oh.
the sweat
He's
lead to
chilling.
like stench? Because I sweat
It's
a lot.
physical moisture.
Well, you can't really control
Yeah,
sweat.
you can't control
You can control
that.
the smell.
Yeah,
Right?
I shower 4 times a day.
Yeah,
in the-
you
in
can't
the
really
summer.
control how much you sweat. That's involuntary.
So
They
you-
overheat. They run hot.
Yeah,
I run
that's
hot.
fine.
okay.
So
Maybe
you
get them
gotta
an ice. Maybe get them an ice pack. Rub it on them when you're talking.
get him a towel.
Put some ice cubes in his boxer.
This is BNT weather. Big nigga towel weather.
Yeah.
I'm a big nigga. I walk around with a towel. You know, you gotta, big people, they need towels. You gotta be preemptive of
They
this.
perspirate.
That's
Yeah.
a clip.
I'm not one of these guys. I could wear a hoodie in the summer.
No,
I'm chilled.
I
run
I will
chilled.
melt.
Okay.
But do you have a problem with the smell, or is it just the sweat?
Is it the smell or is it sweat?
No smell issues, just
the
physical
actual-
moisture now that the weather started changing that I'm like,
They can't
I
control
don't know
that.
if I can do this.
Empathy.
Oh, the sweat. See, this is one of those ick, I guess. But
It's
this is
ick.
this is one
Really?
this is one that's like kind of reasonable.
Okay.
That is a lot to
Wait, for
you're
which-
soaking wet.
Okay.
Like I can understand why you don't find that attractive.
But they can't
Right.
control it. They
I
can't
know,
control
I know,
it. So
I know.
here, to mitigate it, only go out at night, cool places.
Oh, move to Canada with him.
These are all ideas.
Yeah, where it's
I was thinking of bringing up like male Botox. Like, have you ever heard of people getting Botox in their
I've heard
armpits?
this. I've
Armpit.
heard this.
I
Yeah.
went to an all-girls high school, so a lot of athletes like.
You should bring that up.
I'm like, is that offensive?
Yes.
Yes, highly.
But how would you do it?
That's why I brought it to the pod. I don't know it. I
Yeah.
don't know a way that's not going to be hurtful or offensive.
I got it. Everyone, I got it. Play the I got it music.
I got it.
You gotta be like, hey, you know, I used to be a huge. You
A
got
sweat monster.
I used to sweat so much. I got Botox done. It stopped the sweat. You gotta
Take
resonate with him.
accountability.
Resonate with him.
What if then he's like,
I don't sweat.
Cool
Cool.
story.
What if he's like, I don't sweat?
Cool story, bro.
What do you-
That's
No,
a
no.
white phrase.
No, he knows. He knows. He knows he's dripping.
he knows.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
can't be a
knows.
sweater and not
You gotta be
know.
like, hey, I used to sweat. I used
And
to
it's
sweat.
the apologizing that's icking me out where I'm like,
He's saying
Are
sorry.
y'all together?
Oh, that's perfect.
what?
Is there some horizontal poker going
Yeah.
on here?
But I got it though. Well, the next time he apologizes, that's your opening.
But
That's
here's
when you
my
let him
thing. Is this like a
know. Hey, don't be sorry. Get Botox.
that's a t-shirt. But
Yeah.
is this a casual
That's
yeah.
not a bad t-shirt.
That's not a
That's
bad
a
t-shirt.
great
Yeah,
t-shirt.
yeah.
I'm here.
Don't be sorry. Get
get
Botox.
Botox.
Is this a
Yeah.
casual thing or because you can't
Come on, it's Carmen. It's all casual right now.
I'm saying, but you can't like suggest
Casual Carmen
That's
on Instagram.
that's fantastic.
This is like a ghost from Christmas past of a long time ago who's come back in the fold. So it's like,
And he's always sweated, or is this new?
no, I don't know if this is a hormone change
Maybe he's on
or he's a
drugs.
little bit
It could be.
heavier. So I'm like, than he was
Heavy
back in the
does
day. So
equal
I'm like,
sweat.
I don't know if that's contributing
Is
Yeah.
sweat ever sexy though? Because some women think it's sexy.
a little bit.
Yeah. a little
Hold
bit.
on.
A little glisten.
Of course you're gonna be glistening a little.
A
Do
little
y'all
bit.
not have AC? This is easily avoidable.
It's
It's not. It's a problem.
What kind of AC do you have? What kind
No,
of
no. I think
BTUs
it's
are you
the
running?
person.
it's the person.
It's the person.
Mm-hmm.
It's that much.
Because I keep my room cold. Like,
Yeah, you
oh my
run
god,
cold?
I sleep on like 64.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
64
All
is
right.
crazy.
So my question is,
that's an ice box.
it is. But my question is, hear me out. Can you really like suggest Botox to a casual?
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Because
not a
he's a
long-term-
character from my past.
Fix them for the next woman.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Womanhood.
Yeah.
You're just gonna fix them up for somebody else?
Yeah, that's
God.
part of life. You pay it forward.
Wait, can I completely topic change?
Please.
I wanted to get a take from you guys on the Carter 6 because
Oh wow.
I feel like y'all were, just because you're a little bit older, don't freak out, but like are more contemporary with more of his albums. I'm like, have you listened? Thoughts, personal history with Lil Wayne? Where are we at with this?
Yeah, I
That's
listened.
a great question.
You listened?
No, I didn't listen.
I listened to the Carter 6. I still think Lil Wayne is one of the best rappers to ever exist.
Yeah.
I thought he could have done better with his beat selection.
Mm.
That's what people were complaining about, the beat selection. But the bars is there.
Yeah.
It definitely don't compare versus like the other Carter 1, 2, 3, even 4 and 5. But
I
Yeah.
loved the Big X the Plug song.
the big
Yeah.
one.
The Big X the Plug song.
Yeah, no, there's some songs on it there's some songs that are hits, but his like Carter 1, 2, and even 3 is top, like start to finish, all hits, all classics.
Is he in your Mount Rushmore of rappers?
He is on mine, yeah.
No.
He's on mine.
Who's
No.
on y'all's Mount Rushmores?
I'm very New York City biased, like 90s, 2000s New York biased. So like Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, Fab, Nas.
That's a
Like,
good answer.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I agree with all of those, but I think Lil Wayne might be, like, in my opinion, Lil Wayne might be the best rapper ever. Like,
Wow.
ever.
That is a take. Clip that up,
Yeah.
Johan.
I think a lot of people agree. Like I've said this before, a lot of people are like, some people don't say yes, but they don't say no. Like they'll be like, that's an opinion.
I think also when you thinking about you defining GOAT status from your Chappelle visit, I'm like, I think he's up there because of how he's elevated so many other household names and like the entire Young Money label. Like
that one, I mean, Wayne had a run from like 2006 to like 2020 to COVID, where it was him, hits, Nicki, and Drake that just had the hip hop on smash. Like
Truffle butter.
It was hits. It just you can go to a party that'll run 5-6 hours if you just play Drake, Nicki, hits, and Wayne hits.
But so like,
and it'll have the club jumping.
I think it's like it's subjective when you talk about GOATs, and it's literally subjective to what your take is out of like music, rap music, and who your favorite artists are or whatever. Wayne is definitely GOAT status, and I listen to Shooter every day. I listen to
every day
Murder music, because like it's not his radio hits. It's the deeper underground stuff. Like what's the No Ceilings?
No Ceilings is classic.
I remember where I was. Like it's stamped on a moment for me. But for me, like for GOAT status, it's like, you know, Jay-Z has certain lyrics that you could live by. Honestly, like that have been like ingrained into my operating software. So for instance, like change is cool to cop, but more important are lawyer fees. It's a rap lyric, but he's saying that like you need to have money for your attorneys, and it's not necessarily even for like committing crimes. You get to a point where you need to have an attorney that goes over your real estate deals or goes over your contracts, right? So it's just like that's a life lesson that I took from the music. So like I don't have too many with Wayne. You know what I'm saying? That's why he wouldn't be like on my Mount Rushmore.
You better wear a latex because you don't want that latex that I think I'm latex.
Come on, right?
I mean, is there better life advice than that?
That's life advice. But but you took that away. That's why is it yours?
Is it better life advice than that?
Yeah.
I mean, Hove is my favorite rapper too, and I think Kanye belong up there too. Old Kanye.
Yeah.
Old Kanye's, man. Can we dive into that?
I would on the way back from Wine Country, my friend was just playing like a random Spotify playlist, like we weren't thinking about it, and that Alicia Keys song from her like first breakout album where Kanye produced it, and like
You Don't Know My Name?
I believe, yes. And like my friend was just looking at me. She's like, this is just so sad that like that's the first thing you think of. And like, it's not positive. Like your second association, like.
Oh, with Kanye?
Yeah.
I mean, old Kanye, I mean, what he did in music, those first probably like 4 or 5 albums. It's just classics. It's just
it's like a modern definition of American music, in my opinion.
I mean, when in Touch the Sky, I think it's Touch the Sky, Drake, Kanye's line where he says, like, damn, dog, I be having nervous breakdowns. Like, damn, these niggas that much better than me? I think about that line every day of my life.
Bro, I mean, it's even to the point where the line of, so our moms ain't gotta be the cooks and nannies. And it's, I live in LIC now, and I'm like, oh, like you don't see it until you see it. And I'm like, it resonates with me even more, but that's old Kanye. And it is sad. It's like,
to hear, like, cause, and shout out, I got a couple DMs about the last episode. This is 2 weeks ahead, so volume 114.
Yeah.
That's the one when I told the story.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, you had us going? Like,
yeah.
But I think, like, hearing somebody who's achieved, like, what he achieved, feeling all the insecurities that everybody feel, I feel like that's like the biggest thing that connects everybody.
1000%.
Like, and Kanye's first like 3 albums, he talk about like everyone overlooking him and he having the songs. It's not like he didn't have a song. He says, I had Jesus Walks. I played them Jesus Walks and they told me no.
No.
That's insane. He's like, I walked into the studio, I played them Jesus Walks, and they said this will never work.
It's never gonna work.
Is there anything more amazing in any art form than society catching on to someone who already has a body of work? Like I feel that way about like Caleb Heron, the comic right now, who I've been following since like he was in Chicago in COVID because he's a Midwest comic. So obviously I feel protective.
Who?
Caleb Heron.
I don't know Caleb Heron.
You're about to.
He's a comic?
Yeah.
Caleb
Heron. He has the So True podcast. Look it up. He just shot his HBO special in Chicago last week.
He shot an HBO special?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out.
He's a big deal. But I'm like, I know this
Caleb.
special is slated to come out in fall, and I'm like, when people discover him, like he has a body of like, he has one of the best Comedy Central featuring sets I've ever seen. I listen to his podcast every week. I'm like, it's just like, people have just got to like, we've just got to uncover like what's behind the rock. Like, yeah, it's already all there. There's nothing more fun as a fan.
Yeah, no, I think ideally that's how you kind of, it takes a lot longer that way, but that's how you would want to pop. Like you want people to be like, this stuff was already out there and it was already great. I just didn't know about it. Yeah. As opposed to like, what do you got? And then you don't really have like anything to show for it.
Yeah. You should.
I think I might have heard the name.
You should. Sure. I wanted. He workshopped his hour a few nights in New York before he went to Chicago to shoot it, and I went, and it was one of the best. Like, I was blown away. You should check him out.
Yeah, I definitely will. I think comedy and music is that thing too, where like I find that a lot. Like people find their person, like their artist, and then they like we kind of get like we'll believe that this is like so great, but it's just like what we believe, and then another person will be like, well, actually, I think Carrot Top's the best. Yeah. Like I think he's like the most groundbreaking thing. But that's the beautiful thing about art.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So a perfect parallel of that is Wiz was on.
He just had a new album. I gotta listen to it.
Yeah, he has the new album, but he just did Tiny Desk, and his Tiny Desk was he basically did Cushion Orange Juice Part 1.
Wow.
With the live band and everything like that.
I gotta watch that.
You gotta watch that. And I watched it and I'm like, yo, this is crazy because it's 20 years. No, is it 20?
I'm a fan.
No, it's not 20.
I'm a big fan of Wiz.
It's 15 years.
Yeah.
It's the 15-year anniversary of Cushion Orange Juice.
This is Cushion Orange Juice 2, right?
Yeah, so Cushion Orange Juice 2 just came out, and then he on the Tiny Desk, he was doing songs from Cushion Orange Juice 1. So
it's
2010.
Been 15 years.
15 years. Well, I think 14 because it came out in 2011, but he recorded it in 2010. And like that's one of those things where it's
I was
just
listening
like,
to that the first time I smoked weed.
There you go.
Right. And that's the thing where it's just like, this is cool to me. It's not cool to everybody, but it's also cool to my friends. And like we lived like that album was the summer like soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I think in art, I think we hurt ourselves in art when it comes to art, whatever it be, when we try to do the rankings. Like you don't have to be. There's no rankings. Like everyone, like you could just this person's great, that person's great, this person's great. You don't like rankings are all subjective. It's just what you think. It's not like an official thing. And I think we should just normally when people ask me, I'll be like, I think they're all great. Like I don't know. Like don't hold me to a Mount Rushmore. Why I gotta pick 4?
Okay, you're right.
Like,
you're right. But
just,
there's no scarcity. It's like if there are 15 comics or singers or painters or whatever that bring you pleasure, they all bring you pleasure.
I love all of them. Yeah,
and they do something different.
And they all do something different.
Yeah.
It would be. That's the beautiful thing. I think sometimes I watch comedy and I'm like, damn, I don't do that at all. Yeah. And that's beautiful because they're killing it and doing something that I don't do at all. And the audience, and it resonates with them. And then I could get on and do something completely different and it'll resonate also. So I think that's beautiful.
No, that's dope. That's what art is.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had a DM? You want to do a DM?
So the DM I want to do, I was laughing. So this was from a male follower who wants to just be referred to by his first initial T.
What up, T?
He goes, I'll keep this short. I'll keep this short and sweet, fellas. 8 p.m. I know you got a lady. Ian, it sounds like you've been in a couple of serious things. How do you keep it hot after being in it with your girl for a few years? Looking for tips to keep spicing things up, big and small. That's it.
That's what we're here for. Definitely role playing. Accessories.
Accessories.
Yeah, accessories.
Like chains and
whatever floats.
Without him, wait, right. We'll revisit the accessories for a second. But on the role playing piece, how do you two have a dialogue about that? Does somebody bring up an idea? Is this in the moment? Are you planning it out?
You find out, like, let's say costumes, right? Like different outfits.
Yeah.
You get the outfit, right? You get an idea for an outfit. You talk about it. Like, yo, what you think about this? Like, oh, I like that. Oh yeah. And then you build it from there. Yeah.
Wait, hell yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, you got to have open communication. You know what I'm saying?
The communication lines have to be open.
They got to be open. You got to be open. You got to, first of all, you got to like test what the furthest boundary is. Because once you establish that boundary, then you could work backwards, but you could also like fly
Okay.
close to the boundary as possible.
Also, this might be a little extreme, but you want to keep things spicy. Go to prison for a couple years. Maybe go out to a war. And when you come back, I promise you, you're gonna appreciate your lady.
Yeah, okay.
Like you go out to you do 5-year bid or go to Iran right now. When you come back, you're like, baby, I don't never need. You're all I need forever. I mean, I know mine is like a lot more long term than what you suggested, but I couldn't recommend it more.
Okay,
right.
Definitely. If that's what floats your boat too,
whatever.
Okay, but this is, I think big and little is good because obviously you take it immediately to like bedroom stuff, but I'm like, what are little things throughout the day that both of you have experienced that like get you in the mood? Or like just have you seen a partner who you see every day as attractive?
You gotta still date. You gotta be in a committed relationship and treat it like y'all single.
Oh,
not cheat, but like
date each other. You mean?
Yeah, you gotta date each other. You gotta make sure you stay flirting. Like, look at that ass. I seen that ass this morning. I seen that ass for a couple
It's hard
years.
though, because when you get into fights and arguments, that's what happens. You get into fight and argument, and it's hard to keep it spicy like that because you're like, I hate you, bitch.
Yeah, I can't stand you. But then makeup sex.
Yeah.
It's spicy too. You know what I'm saying? Candles always work.
Yeah.
Candles.
Yeah.
I wonder he didn't say how long they were together because I feel like it matters, the difference. Because if he's like, oh, we've been together 2 years, I don't think that's enough time to be being tired of each other.
Yeah.
But I think,
He said after something about, he said a few years. Is all he said.
A few years. Yeah, for sure.
I honestly think that absence makes the heart go fonder.
Yeah, you got to do things. You got to break it up.
Spend more time apart.
They asked
have to.
D.L. Hughley, he's been married like 30 years, right? And they asked him how he's been married to his wife for 30 years and how they've been able to keep it like spicy. And he was like, I'm always away.
Yeah.
He was like, I always miss her.
That's a good point.
Like, I always want to be around her. I go away every weekend. I'm always on the road. I spend at least half of my week wanting to see my wife.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, he's cheated and had babies out of wedlock, but that's not the point. The point is,
you got to travel.
You have to travel a little bit,
absence,
and make the heart grow fonder.
Okay.
Another thing too is vacations.
Yeah, I guess some people,
QT
with the recession, some people can't afford it.
And
A
staycation.
staycation
is good.
Yeah.
But it depends on where you're staycating though. Because New York is staycation, you might as well just go on a vacation.
Wait, I was looking into staycationing for my birthday, and I was like,
I could go
to Europe for this.
Literally, for 2 weeks.
Yeah. You know what I recommend too? This is a sleeper one. Go to the gym.
Together?
Like each go to the gym. Like nothing that makes you feel sexy when you in the gym. You feel sexy. You start walking around shirtless. She start walking around naked.
I'm walking around dick out.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Swinging.
Yeah.
The gym, Johnson dance.
The gym boosts confidence. Yep. The gym is great. It boosts your confidence. It makes it's a very big aphrodisiac.
And then she starts looking at you like, who is this?
Yeah.
Who's this person?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Dick out.
These are all good tips.
Yeah.
This is what we're here for.
Wow.
Yeah.
We get paid for this.
Right.
Oh. Shout out to Chic for the merch. SHIEKH.com. Keeping us fit all summer. Go to chic.com. I got these sneakers on Chic. I got this hoodie on Chic. I got the hat. What you bought? I got
the jacket.
The jacket. I got the jacket.
I got shoes. I didn't wear them. I'm wearing them in the next one.
So go to chic.com. Tell them that the Adulthood Pod boys sent you. Shout out to them for keeping us fly.
Big shout out
all summer.
That's offending.
This is the Adulthood Podcast. Woo! We appreciate you guys listening. This has been another tight up. Don't forget, like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Tune in next week. We coming at you all summer. New episode every Sunday. You got anything?
I'm actually going to be at Miss Lily's, and then I'm also at Panda every Friday. So anybody in New York City, pull up to Panda. We turning up.
Pull up on my boy. Your birthday's coming up. Your birthday's next week.
Yeah.
Your birthday's next week.
Cancer season.
Wish Carmen a happy birthday.
I've had a lot of cancers in my life.
Cancers and Taurus, soulmates.
It didn't end well. My brother's a Cancer too. Shout out to all the adulterers. Thank y'all for listening, and tune in next week, and stay safe, everybody. Peace.